Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Politics Now. We're talking about modern politics in modern America. And today, ooh, it was a rough night for everyone on the debate stage. And even without Trump there, it was still a fairly interesting debate. So let's analyze it and get into it. So that was legitimately one of the best scenarios I could have thought of for a debate without Trump. Even without Trump's entertainment, it was still extremely funny to watch, and it was still very interesting and telling. So, a lot of stuff happened there, so I'm going to recount some of the biggest moments and sort of talk about why they're sort of significant to the campaign and why they will really affect the polls once the new polling comes out with the debate changes in mind. So, it's pretty easy to say that Ramaswamy was the best candidate there, and he had the best night. He was attacking everyone. He was attacking DeSantis. He was attacking anyone on that stage, and he did the best out of all the candidates. And honestly, a lot of them did not do that good, and a lot of them only hurt their reputation more. You had Chris Christie talking like an AI. You had a bunch of other people who were pretty much nobodies who barely talked, and nobody even knew why half of them were there. You had Nikki Haley getting really flustered whenever Ron DeSantis said that the Ukraine war was a territorial dispute. She got really offended at that. DeSantis, he was talking like a wooden robot, and he couldn't really actually respond to Ramaswamy's attacks. And he didn't considering how he's in second place and is the front runner in this current debate arena, he didn't really do that much. I was expecting him to do a lot more, but in the first 10 minutes he talked a lot and then he didn't really talk at all for the rest of the debate. He was just sort of standing there. I think Chris Christie and Nikki Haley and Mike Pence and Ramaswamy actually talked much more than Ron DeSantis, which I wasn't really expecting. So, Mike Pence and Ramaswamy were definitely the showrunners and they were definitely the highlights. Mike Pence was in so many of the questions. One of them was dedicated to him. He talked a lot, and even when he already answered the question, he would act like he never answered the questions just so he could talk again. And Ramaswamy was absolutely ripping into him, and especially when they were talking about the Trump indictments and Ramaswamy was the only one to raise his hand, that was really telling because even DeSantis didn't raise his hand to pledge to get rid of the indictments for Trump if he became president, which that's pretty telling for DeSantis. That means that he's definitely holding a grudge against Trump and he's not going to let that go. So, Ramaswamy, he was doing what I was going to expect him to do. He was attacking as Trump's attack dog, and he was basically representing Trump for the debate. Even though Trump wasn't there, he was pretty much there with Ramaswamy. And Ramaswamy, he was going on full attack mode. He was pretty much filling Trump's shoes for the entertainment of the night, where he was attacking everyone and he was attacking everyone on everything. I think he talked in every single topic, and there wasn't really any topic that he wasn't attacking somebody on or wasn't talking. I think for one of the topics, I don't think he talked. That might have been in the middle. I think at the start he wasn't really talking that much past the 4 minute mark. So he had a pretty good night. I'd expect him to go a little bit up in the polls, maybe by a point or two, or maybe even 3 points. But yeah, I expect him to hit double digits because that was a pretty good night for Ramaswamy. Now, DeSantis, yeah, he's probably going to go down a point or just stay where he is because he didn't really do much during the debate. And during the debate, he didn't really talk much, so there's not really a lot of coverage. He did get attacked sometimes, but he didn't really talk about it for that long. And most of the time, the commentators basically just brushed over anything and they were speed running through a lot of these topics, except the one on Trump. That went on for what felt like an eternity. So the Trump topic was a pretty big part of the campaign because you had the January 6th topic with Mike Pence, you had the indictments. It was about half of the campaign, and that's where Mike Pence and Ramaswamy really feuded over because Ramaswamy is basically acting as Trump there. So it's pretty much Trump against Mike Pence for the debate. And Ramaswamy was absolutely destroying DeSantis with a lot of this stuff. And Mike Pence too. He was going hard on them. And Mike Pence, he was he was talking a lot more than I expected. I didn't expect Mike Pence to be one of the front runners for the debate. I didn't really expect him to talk that much except for the January 6th stuff, but he was talking a lot throughout the debate and uh, it wasn't really his best, and especially when it came time to talk about Ukraine, and Ramaswamy was pretty much the only person who pledged to actually do something about funneling a ton of money to Ukraine. And yeah, so Ramaswamy basically owned that round where he was the only person to raise his hand when the topic of funding Ukraine came up, where he said he wasn't going to fund it. So, and everyone else said that they would fund it. Even DeSantis, he said that he was going to fund it, but he wanted Europe to put up more money, which that kind of sounds like Trump with NATO, but given the fact that it's Ukraine, that's really going to hurt him in the polls. And mainly that's going to be the thing that drops DeSantis in the polls is his comments on Ukraine because again, you given the fact that Mike Pence dropped in the polls by a lot when he went on Tucker and pretty much said that America wasn't his responsibility, it was Ukraine, and that really hurt him in the polls. And DeSantis sort of said the same thing, and even if he didn't say exactly the same thing, people are still going to interpret it as, "Oh yeah, I'm I meant that. I said the same thing as Mike Pence." And Mike Pence isn't awfully popular now, especially after that Tucker interview. So DeSantis did a big blunder with that. And Ramaswamy, he was doing pretty good. And that was pretty much the whole night. Ramaswamy was absolutely dominating most of the sections. Pence was attacking him, but he really just got attacked again by everyone. And Mike Pence was attacked by Haley a lot. She got really offended by pretty much anything, and she didn't talk as much as I thought she would. She talked about as much as Chris Christie, which I don't know why. I don't know why he talks so much because he sounds like an NPC in a video game, or maybe if ChatGPT was a person. So Chris Christie didn't really have a good night. There wasn't uh there wasn't really the jokes or like the name calling that Trump would do because, he wasn't there. But I would expect Ramaswamy would be doing some of that, but he didn't. But that's what most of the entertainment comes from, is with the name calling, but that didn't really happen. So yeah, it's a disappointment, but still, it's what it is, and that would have made the debate way more entertaining. But given the fact that this is the debate we have now, it's still pretty good. It's still entertaining. Is it as entertaining as 2016 in the presidential and the primary debates? Heck no. Those were the most entertaining things I've ever seen. I actually rewatched some of those debates because they are just so entertaining to watch. And Trump being there makes it entertaining. If Trump dips in the polls because he did his thing with Tucker and didn't go on the debate, you betcha he's going to be at the second debate. And if he's at the second debate, that is going to be the most entertaining debate thus far because he's got Chris Christie, Nikki Haley, Mike Pence, Asa Hutchinson, which I have no idea why he's even in this race. And how did he even get into the debate? Oh, yeah, he just bought a bunch of donors, and that's how he got to the debates because he pretty much offered money for people to donate to him, and that's why he was on the stage. And given the fact that he went through all of that effort just to get on the debate stage, he didn't really talk that much. So if you think Trump could win, then leave that in the comments below, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.